Yes, so while we are waiting, I would like to pass some instructions for the participants. Everyone, please make sure that you have joined with your name following the naming conventions. It should be your actual first name followed by your last name. So please don't join with any nickname or gaming name or your device's name. Also, we will be sharing a feedback form. So please make sure to fill in the form to tell us how you felt about the workshop or if you want us to improve any further. Also, that same form will include your detail. That means your name that you want to be printed in your certificate. So please make sure to fill in that details as well. We'll be following the 60% of attendance time criteria for the certificates, which means that you will be eligible for the certificates if you're present here for 60% of its time. So let's learn and grow together. We still have 5 minutes. We'll start after 5 minutes. Thank you. All right, so looks like everyone's ready. So let's get started. Good evening, everyone. On the behalf of KSB and LDRP, I warmly welcome everyone who has joined us this evening. Let's have a quick intro about KSV and LDRP before moving forward. So KSV, Kadi Sarva Vishwavidyalaya, is a university established with the Gujarat Act 21 of 2007 and was approved by UGC. The university has been set up by Sarva Vidyalaya Keravani Mandal, which is a trust with more than 100 years of philanthropic existence to provide need-based education and develop courses of contemporary relevance to be a university of excellence by providing research and skill-based activities and training which would foster higher economic growth and to provide education to all irrespective of caste, creed, religion, etc. Now talking about LDRP Institute of Technology and Research, so it was established in 2005 and 2006. The college has made a steady progress during the past 16 years of its existence. And as a prestigious state institute, LDRP ITR has long recognized its role in engineering education, generation, and dissemination of useful and relevant technological, industrial, and economical development of the country. And now, KSV and LDRP has brought to you this Break the Barrier event, which is a compilation of various interactive workshops from industry experts, working professionals, experienced developers, CEOs, and more, where you can present your revolutionary ideas and skill ups with a competitive environment presented by the hackathon and grab the opportunity to win excited prizes. So today we'll be having an expert talk on how to transform technical expertise into leadership. And on that note, I would like to introduce our host for the talk, Nupur Bhartwal ma'am, the author of the book In It to Win It, Getting the Most Out of Life, a philanthropist, a podcaster with her podcast named Mind Matters with Nupur, a writer of life lessons, a YouTuber with a channel named Mind Matters with Nupur, and a transformational mindset coach and mentor with more than 23 years of experience. So without any further ado, I would like to hand over to Nupur ma'am. Good evening, ma'am. Grateful to have you on board.
Okay. Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am, you're audible.
Okay, great. So a big hello to all of you. I understand all of you are students, right? So Khushbu, the audience is only students?
Yes, ma'am. Actually, they are from every field, so.
Okay, great. But generally students, or are they? Okay, Aisha, yes, ma'am. Okay, thank you, Aisha, for telling me. All right, and all technical people?
Yes, ma'am, mostly.
Mostly, great. Okay. So as Khushbu has already introduced me, I'm Nupur Bartwal. Apart from what she's told you, all of that, I'm an author, speaker, transformational mindset coach, mentor, but I have also spent 24 years in corporate. Okay, so I come with almost 24 years of rich professional experience in corporate world. I've worked across industries, been in leadership positions, right? And now this is what I'm doing. So after doing all this, I decided to be a life coach, right? Now, before the topic is that, as she told you, how to transition from a techie to a leader, right? So and can any one of you tell me? I would like you to keep the chat box buzzing because then it's better, like we can make it more interactive, right? So what is, can someone tell me what do you mean by, or what do you understand by leadership? Because here I'm going to talk about how to transition from a techie to a leader. So what do you understand by leadership? What is leadership? Can any one of you can just put in the chat box? What is leadership? A skill, all right? Yes, it is a skill, but what is the leadership? Everything we do in life, like everything is a skill. So anyway, thank you for responding. I would like more people to respond and interact so that I get a feel that, okay, whatever I'm telling you, you are to manage a team efficiently, action of leading groups. Very good, Aisha. So let me tell you that thank you everyone, whoever has responded. There is no single answer to the definition of leadership. Okay, because it is not something which you are born with or without it. As someone said, whoever wrote that it is a skill, yes, it is a very powerful skill that can be developed over time, right? So it's not something which you are born with. Okay, it can be developed, it can be cultivated, it can be learned. Okay, and you can transit into a good leader. When I say leader, to help achieve the goals of the organization you're part of and encourage others to take them. Very good, Raj. Yes, definitely. Okay. So what happens, in fact, when we are talking about leadership, without realizing, we all have, at some point or the other, we all have probably taken on leadership roles without realizing it. When you take a stand, when you take a decision, this is all part of decision, which is like taking a hard decision. This is all part of your leadership skills. Okay. So what you need to do is you need to sharpen those skills and put them to work for you in your career. Right. Now, the ultimate definition of leadership is empowering others to become effective leaders as well. Right. So that people can grow under you. Right. But what happens is, as a technical person, all the engineers, developers, and other tech workers, they always inevitably face an inflection point in a career when they have to decide to move from their comfort zone. And what is their comfort zone? Their spreadsheet, their laptop, their technical comfort, and move into a leadership pathway. Right? And you'll see most of the organizations, since all of you are students here, that's why I asked, is there anyone who is a working professional? So when you are in an organization, I'm talking about a technical person, usually they get promoted into leadership roles because of technical or functional skills and expertise. Because of their technical expertise, they perform well in their technical domain and they get promoted. And after a certain promotion, you move into a leadership role, you become a manager, right? So then the pain starts, because what happens is your technical domain doesn't translate into effective leadership. So they often struggle to inspire, coach, co-create, and build commitment to a shared vision. And you'll realize, or you'll now observe, that most of the organizations fall short in filling this gap with the training, coaching, which is required to develop this technical or functional expert into a skilled leader. Okay. And if you want to become as expert in leading others as you are in finding technical solutions, the best place to start is by committing to ongoing self-directed leadership development. Now, what does this involve? This involves identifying what you want to be able to do differently as a leader and why this development matters to you. So first question you should ask is, do I really want to move into a leadership role, or I'm happy in my technical expertise, in my technical domain, what I'm doing, I'm happy. I'm a person who is very happy in my spreadsheets and in my laptop. Okay, I'm not a people's person. I'm not comfortable interacting with a lot of people. These are some hard-hitting questions that you should ask yourself. before jumping into or throwing yourself into this domain, right? So what happens in most of organization, as I was telling you, technical experts who perform well in their domain are usually promoted, and they are, when you get promoted, you get a team which you're asked to lead a team and to deliver results through that team, right? Because what happens right now as a techie, your performance is based on your work, your single contributor. Okay, there your performance is based or is as good or bad as the performance of your team. So you are uh, there to, you have to manage your team. Okay, all right. Thank you. I don't get your name, but yes, whoever has written that, yes, ma'am, great. So keep interacting. So now this is because advancing somewhere, if you want a growth in your career, if you are in a corporate world or any organization, you would like to, what is your growth? Ultimately, you would like to get into a management position, right? Even if your area of expertise is unrelated to managing people. All right, you cannot remain at the same level or first 2 3 steps or stages of your career. We are there to work so that we get enough growth and we move into a senior position. But what happens being in management, it requires a very different kind of skills which you are not exposed to. And if you don't learn these skills, you are likely to fail, right? So remember that we all have the power to transition successfully from being a tech subject matter to being a leader on the business side. Because we all are inherently problem solvers and have the fundamentals to achieve the goal, right? So what I'm going to do, I will now talk about few key skills that as tech people, you must leverage when you are planning to make a transition from a techie to a manager, like a management position. So the most important thing is you have to be a calculated risk taker, right? You have to be a calculated risk taker. Now, tech workers, what happens? We are not exposed, or we don't get those opportunities or those exposures where we have to take those difficult decisions. Or, there are times when the decisions are full of risks. Okay. So as a tech person, you must determine what it takes to succeed out of your comfort zone. You need to believe you're capable individual with high potential. Now, remember all of you, because I'm a mindset coach. So I always believe whatever you do in life, whatever actions you take, whatever you achieve in your life, whether you are successful or you end up being called a loser, everything starts from here, right? It's your mindset. Okay. So I have umpteen sessions on mindset and how to work on it and all that. I'm not going to get into that. But when I say that you have to believe that you're capable individual and you have high potential, okay? And you're smart enough to make this transition happen, right? Now, what you need to do, you need to put in all that effort that drives top performance. This also means, as I was telling you, you have to learn to be a risk taker. You have to position yourself that, yes, I'm ready to take any risk. Like, if any difficult role has been assigned to me, I'm ready to get into it. I'm ready to jump into it. I will not say no. Yeah. So raise your hand to tackle a tough challenge. or problem, even if you feel you're not ready. क्या होगा? नहीं हो पाएगा first time, but you will get noticed. Yeah, you will get noticed, which will give you visibility in the organization. Right? What happens in a classrooms when a teacher asks any question, or if he or she has given you any problem to solve, who gets noticed? The person who raises his or her hand to answer immediately. Even if you are the backbencher, you're sitting in the last row, you do get noticed, you do get visibility, right? So it's very important. Just like the tech side, the business side also requires problem solving. It's just that the problems are different. And as I told you, you are all technology people, you all are techies, you are expert in problem solving. Every day you're doing something or the other. So it's just that when you move towards business side, these problems are there, but they're slightly different. So position yourself, right? Second is value diversity. Yeah, when I say diversity, it not only means gender, okay? Right? It means inclusive, being inclusive. When I say being inclusive, it is beyond gender. It's authenticity, it's age, it's knowledge, it's experience, it could be regional. So what you're doing is you are getting into, you have to accept everyone and you have to accept everybody's perspective, which is very, very important. What happens when you start embracing different perspectives? It leads to innovation. Okay. And any business needs innovations, any and every. Whether it is business or tech or any field, we need to come up with new ideas. And new ideas will only come when you let people, give them freedom, be inclusive, and you are ready to embrace different perspectives, right? So this is very, very important. Third important thing is collaboration. Collaborating across boundaries. Now, strong leaders, what they do is they seek out best practices around the globe. They're not sitting cocooned in their one room and just interacting with 5 of their top guys and taking their ideas. They're always seeking for best practices across the globe. Okay, very, very important. Which means that you are looking beyond your current ecosystem, understanding your company's strategy and working towards it. Very, very important thing. Be open and embrace all the new ideas that is coming, that is you are able to gather or which is coming your way, right? Another thing is driving meaningful and measurable change. So what happens? Potential leaders, as a potential leader, you must be able to quantify the value they bring to the table, which is you are able to bring success to the organization. And as a tech people, you are very, very clear about the metrics and all. So which means determining what your metrics are and putting in the right KPIs to show value. So leadership is, I'll tell you before I move forward, I'll tell you one thing, especially to all of you, because all of you are techies. You all work in isolation. You don't, it's very different from management because you all are engineering graduates. So you have to, this is the basic difference. You might be very good at work, but you don't know how to project it. Okay. When you move to business side, this is the basic difference. You have to do a good work and you have to showcase it also. You have to ensure that you get visibility. Very, very important. Okay. Manage upwards and sideways both, right? Build credibility among your team, because if you are, as a manager, if you're managing a team, your team needs to respect you, your team needs to look up to you. And trust me, this has to be earned. It doesn't happen overnight. Okay. So also you have to manage your peers. Now, everybody knows who peers are. Yeah. Because always remember, in an organization or in any corporate atmosphere, your peer support is very critical. Very, very critical. If your team and your peer, they all ensure that they have your back, right? Because if anything goes wrong, they will always take a stand for you. So reach out to those peers when they're able to support you and help and be there for them. Okay, it's everything is a, it cannot be one way thing, you know, it has to be two way. You have to be there for them also, right? So help the bridge current challenge and move on to the next success. Now, how to deal with these moments is critical for your success. They are not only leaders, when we talk about leadership, they not only actively think about these, each of these competencies, they also interplay on a regular basis. So if you are conscious and authentic about how to make these transitions successfully, the competencies will serve you as well. Right? Now, what happens when a technical expert, he wants to rise in the corporate ladder? But another most important thing which comes as a hindrance is lack of communication and business skills. Do you agree with me? How many of you agree with me? Can you just say yes, no? Thank you, Aisha. All right. Okay, Yash, you want to say something? You want to ask something? I see a hand raised. Yash, you have raised your hand. So do you want to say something or want to ask any question?
I think he raised his hand because he agrees.
Okay, great. All right, great. That's good. So now, as I was telling you, we all want to rise up the corporate ladder, right? We don't join any organization ki bas hum to वो executive or assistant manager पे retire हो जाएंगे types, you know, right? So we all want to do well. We want to get promoted every second year. And for that, you need to keep upscaling yourself. Very, very important. And of course, there are other skills which you need to learn. And the most important thing is do good work, but please ensure that people come to know about your good work. Yeah, very, very important. So I can have a full 2-hour session on how to create your visibility, how to create your personal brand. Okay, but that's a different thing. Here we are just going to talk about this. So now how to gain the tools that will help you advance your career. You're a technical person and these are the two important things which you lack mostly. Communication and business skills. क्योंकि क्या होता है, आप जितने टेक्निकल लोग हो, like I've never been a math student, so I find all of you super intelligent because engineers are all genius in maths and maths always scared me. Yeah, so you are very intelligent people, so I don't think it should be a problem, right? So all you need to do is, like if you're an engineer and you, it has to be a conscious decision that you want to be on this track. Like you have to decide whether I want to be in a techie all my life or I really want to move to business side. Okay. And be a manager, manage people and projects, right? Now, often people fall into leadership position without making a strong decision to pursue one. Because what happens, as I was telling you, leading and managing is tough. And when you hit the tough, if you have made a choice, you can get through it. Again, I'll come back to mindset. If you have decided, if it's your choice, you will make it. No matter how many hardships come, right? You'll make it. But if it is not your decision, like I was telling you, I have seen in my career, a lot of techies by default, because they did so well in their function, they get promoted and moved into a business role. And then most of the organizations, it's a big vacuum. They don't provide you with that skill or that kind of training or coaching to transform you into a leadership role. It needs a lot of hand holding, a lot of training, coaching, which is usually lacking in a lot of organizations. Okay. So if it is lacking, if my organization is not providing me, what do I do as an individual? I will not wait for my organization to do this for me and become a laughing stock, because if I don't acquire these skills, I'll end up being a failure manager. My team will not look up to me. My team will not respect me. My peers will not respect me, because if you cannot do this, you will not earn respect. Right? So start investing in yourself. Okay? So enroll into leadership programs, enroll into leadership coachings, and start learning all that. Okay? And if you don't do, then the struggle is down cycle. You just start losing all the steam, and one day you reach a stage where you start questioning all your everything, whatever you achieved in life. Okay? So these are very, very important things. Second thing, what you can do is start observing all the leaders in your organization. Okay. And see how they conduct a meeting, how they are handling the teams, how they are facing or coming up with a solution for any problem. And start noticing and noting these strong characteristics and trying to incorporate into your position. Nakal karna shuru karo. Start copying. And what happens when you start copying, you will start living their style, and one day you will become one of them. Second thing you can do is talk to your manager. Ensure that you're on career advancement path of your choice at your current company, or at least make your aspirations known to your manager. Yeah, and ensure that this happens in your early review. Wait mat karo. Okay, at the end of the year, I'll sit down with him and I'll tell him that, okay, you've made me a manager, but I am struggling in this area, I'm struggling in that area, and I need training here, I need hand holding here. No, don't wait. Because if you wait for the entire year, ship has already sailed. Okay. Keep asking for formal feedbacks. Identify some specific competency. Okay. See that which are those skills which I'm lacking in. Talk to your manager and tell him or her, or connect with HR and tell them that I seek training in this. Okay. Join networking groups where you see that a lot of senior people are there. Observe them and get a chance to see senior people interact and how they conduct themselves. You will learn a lot of styles. Even communication, you cannot learn communication through books. observe people, interact with people. The more you interact, the more comfortable you will become. And especially for women, always, if you're in an organization where you see there are some senior women in the organization, start interacting. Don't have this fear that they are very senior. How can I go and interact? Oh, she will not talk to me. Do that. You will get to learn a lot. And they all have taken your path only. Okay, we all have struggled to reach where we are. And at the end of the day, we all are humans. We are not machines. If you interact, if you connect with someone, if you genuinely ask help, you do get. Remember that. And as I was telling you, always be very open for feedbacks from your manager, I used to take feedback from my team members. Very, very important. Take feedback from your team members, from your manager, from your peers. Very, very important. Okay. Now, another important thing is don't get into delegation trap. You understand what I'm trying to say? Once you're given more responsibilities, आप सारा काम अपने ऊपर मत ले लो. Don't put that pressure that everything has to be done by you. Delegate. Okay? Don't hold everything close to your chest and think that I'm going to do everything. No, it's humanly not possible. Management is all about delegation. Delegate, supervise, give feedback, right? And but coming from tech background, usually people have this, as I was telling you, because you usually work as a single contributor. Okay, so you have to get out of that and see that you're not stuck in this delegation trap. Okay, and if you see those little things which what I'm sharing with you is all those management, these little tips. If there is any a place where your office people are there and there's some conversation happening, don't take a neutral stand. Okay, that no, Khushbu is also right and Yash is also right. No, share your opinion, view your opinion, just go ahead, tell people, no, I think Yash is right, but what Khushbu is saying makes more sense. What will happen? People will notice you. Okay, Khushbu will also remember you and Yash will also remember you. You are, when you join workforce, all of you are all young people. Remember, you are there to be efficient manager, not a popular manager. Okay? आप सबसे अच्छे बन के नहीं रह सकते हो. You are there to deliver. You are there to make sense, do business. Okay? And please position yourself or make people see that you are intelligent, you are here for business, you're not here for time pass. Okay, very, very important. And when I was telling you, if the organization is not supporting you for all these coaching trainings for those particular skills which you think you need, enroll in outside programs. There are so many leadership programs. There are so many management programs. Enroll, but fill that gap. Don't expect or wait for someone else to fill the gap. But also remember that there is not one leadership program which will be cure for all. Okay, there is no single medicine which will take care of your pain and your everything. Okay, so you cannot rely on one program to give all soft skills. It can provide you with guidance, okay, and a framework of thinking about how to get more skills, but it's not a discrete subject matter class. You have to keep enrolling. Like, fortunately, I've been in organizations where training was very, very big thing, very important. I we used to, I have been exposed to one of all best trainings. So you have to do that. Okay. And no matter what leadership track you choose, remember that the biggest learning place is what? Who will tell me? Who's going to tell me? No one? The biggest learning place is your workforce. Workplace is a learning environment itself. What you learn while working, no school, no institute can teach you. Right? Your work environment is the biggest learning lab. You can observe leaders and learn from them. You can make mistakes and learn from your mistakes. You can make a bad presentation and go back with 10 different points that where did I go wrong, what all went well and what all went wrong. No school can teach you. So your workplace is a very, very important and the most important learning place. So don't shy away. Learn. Okay? Any questions? All right. So, Khushbu, if anyone wants to ask anything, all right. So, did it make sense? Did you guys like?
Yes, ma'am.
All right. How can I get best workplace like Google and Microsoft? By applying. Apply. And whenever they advertise for any position or any position which you like, where you really want to get into that position or that role, yes, ma'am, we definitely. Thank you, Raj. So what you need to do is see what are the skill sets required. You know what happens most of the time, especially first time job seekers, we come from these great, good, fancy institutes. Hmm? Okay, Heath, but still I cannot get confidence. You will get. Don't worry, because confidence doesn't happen overnight. So if you are not feeling very confident, see where are you not feeling confident. As I told you, as all you techies, how can I get it? All right, I'm telling you, just see all those skill sets where you're lacking. Like I was telling you, most of the tech people, they have a problem with communication and management skills. So work on it, see. And the best way to work on the communication is, I was telling you, interact with people. Interact with people, because as a technical person, you are completely cooped up in a lab or spreadsheet or your computers 24/7. Okay, and your environment is also only those 50-60 students whom you have known for last 4 years or 5 years, for whatever duration of your courses. Meet new people, interact. It will give you a lot of confidence. The more you talk, the more you interact. And don't ever shy away or feel nervous or underconfident of making mistakes. You will only learn by making mistakes. Okay, one presentation goes wrong, no problem. Go back, let people laugh. If you see that people laughed at your presentation, big deal. Yeah, go back and just go through it and see what were the questions asked which I could not answer. Yeah, or present yourself. I'll tell you, before you present to 20 people, make that presentation to yourself and see how you're making sense. Sit down and write 20 different questions that people can ask. And no question is very dumb. Think of the dumbest question people can ask and the most intelligent question. So always be over prepared. As an introvert, it feels really hard to interact with people, even though we are best. Exactly. Dhruv, this is exactly what I'm trying to tell you. Because you all are techies, it means that you have very good brain. You're very intelligent people. Okay. So never ever have any doubt about that. And management skill or business skills is a skill. It's not something which you're born with or without it. It can be learned, acquired. And when you start a journey, we all struggle. So be ready for that struggle. Maybe someone will start running in a week. No, I'm not. I'm not from engineering. Okay, as I told you, I was always scared of maths. So I personally feel all of your geniuses. I was very scared of maths and physics. Yeah. So start interacting, start with interacting with your extended family, your relatives. Thank you. Thank you. And start talking with people whom you know. See how comfortable you are. And then start talking to strangers. Simple things. Somebody go down in your housing society, you see uncle, aunties going for a walk, just wish them. And most of them will ask you, how are you? So interact 2-3 sentences. And you'll see that you are getting very comfortable with strangers or meeting new people. And you will reach where you want to reach because you have to take that first step. Start with your relatives, extended family, your brother's friends, your sister's friends. When they come home, go meet them, go greet them, talk to them, at least exchange 2-3 sentences, and you'll start getting comfortable. It will not scare you. You'll not get scared, And introvert and extrovert, these are very subjective things, Even an introvert can be an extremely successful leader. You don't have to be an extrovert. You just have to be comfortable in your skin, You are subject experts, so that is taken care of. Now, all you need to do is acquire these little skills. That's all. And you all will do very well. Don't worry. Yeah, it's just the beginning. Thank you, Dhruv. Thank you. So anything else, any more questions, or I can just wish you all the very best. And thank you for calling me. Thank you. I loved being here. Huh?
I had a question.
Yes, Khushbu. Tell me.
If, as you said, we need to create a mindset that we can do everything and we can be confident. So sometimes I find myself in the situation that I have created my mindset and I'm really confident that I can do it and I'm really doing it. But then all of a sudden, everything just goes blank. And I'm like, wait, can I really do it? And then that's when I start messing up. So how can I?
No, it's not a mindset because, when I say mindset, why you're doing this, because somewhere subconsciously you have told yourself, ye nahi hoga mere se. So I'm just pushing myself. All right. But somewhere you've told yourself, I can't do it. It's not possible for me. So with this mindset, if this story is you're telling yourself and then you go out to do something, so physically maybe you're pushing yourself, but mentally you're not there. The strength will come when you get talking to yourself. Big deal, क्या बड़ी चीज है, मैं कर लूंगी, 2 मिनट में हो जाएगा.
Right.
So what happens, how we talk to ourselves, the way you talk to yourself. When I say talk to yourself, like what story are you telling yourself? Oh, I'm so dumb. My God, I'm not good looking. Oh my God, I'm this and that. Every time we tell such negative things to ourselves. We never say that I'm so good. Never. We wait for others to tell us that we are good. This is how we have been raised. You know, this is how we have been raised. It's the society. So tell yourself that, yes, I can do it. Come on, you can do it, Khushbu. You're so good. Sit down and just write down 10 strengths and see how you feel. See how you
Yes,
feel.
ma'am.
What we do is we always look at our negatives. We don't want to accept this, but this is what we do. We are
Yes, ma'am.
always looking at a negative. ये नहीं है मेरे में, वो नहीं है. This is where I lack. That is also not there. How will I face this interview? As I told you, we all are human beings. We all have taken the same path which you are taking. We all were students. We can understand what you're going through. So don't be scared. Don't be scared. And just have a very positive thinking and think that, yes, everything is doable. How you think translates into your action, and then action further translates into your end result.
Yes, ma'am.
हमने तो बहुत मेहनत की थी, फेल हो गए. नहीं की थी तुमने. Because mummy was standing on your head, तो तुम 5 घंटे पढ़ रहे थे. नहीं पढ़ रहे थे तुम. Be honest to yourself. Yeah?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah, everything will start falling into place. Any other question, Khushbu, anybody has? Or I can just call it off now?
Yes, ma'am. We have a question in a
Yes.
chat. Raj
Yes.
has asked a question.
Yes, Raj, what is the question? I can't see his question. What to do when there is lack of motivation of doing something you were really excited for when you initially started the particular task? Okay. All right. Raj, why were you motivated? First thing. What was so exciting about that job which you wanted to do or particular task? You have to ask this. What was the trigger? What was that fire? And why it is not there anymore? Was it an external thing? That was something that would take me forward to some of my goals. No, I'm asking you a very different question. I'm asking you, you said that lack of motivation of doing something, you were really excited. So what was that excitement? Like, what was that goal? Okay, if you achieve that goal, how would you feel? Ask these questions to yourself. Excitement about being rich, is there? Nothing is bad. Okay, who says money is bad? No, not at all. Not at all. Don't ever think that making money is, I got that, ma'am. Thank you, Raj, because, just ask these questions. If I achieve that goal, how will I feel? Where will I be if I don't know your goal? So I can't give you a specific answer, but there are certain questions you need to ask. And if these were the exciting points, why has it fizzled out? What did I do which did not meet or could not equal to this excitement? Okay. And you'll get the answer. And Prajapati, okay. Yes, you'll get don't worry, you'll get a job. Yeah. So wherever you're applying, just check their skill sets. What is the requirement? Match it with your skill sets and see whether there is a match between both and go for it. And if you see there is a gap, please work on it and then reapply. Microsoft and Google, definitely, why not? Anything else? Khushbu, is there any question? Thank you, Prajapati. Same here. I'm equally happy to see you. Yeah. And all right, Abhi Patel. Sometimes we know that the work is left, then also we are not doing and wasting the time. Yes, You're being so honest, Abhi. I like your honesty. Yeah. So if you are honest to yourself, you will get the right answer. See, all the answers, we have most of the answers. If we are not working, if we are leaving, like I told you, we say, हमने बहुत पढ़ाई की, फिर भी marks नहीं आए. But पढ़ाई की थी? Honestly की थी? नहीं की थी. That answer should only come from you. Like you're saying that to work, we leave the work and go waste time and all. So you know that you're not doing right. You have the answer. Yeah. All right. So we'll just say I will wish all of you all the best. All right.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Now, I wanted to ask that if some people have more questions, then can we collect it in a form and then share it with you?
Please do that. And I will, one sec. Khushbu, you have my email ID and everything, no? I'll just send you. Yes, I'll send you my. I'm just putting it on the group so that whoever wants to write or connect with me can connect with me. Okay? So I've given my email ID. Anybody who wants to connect with me, or if you have more questions, you can collate and send it to me. Okay?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you. All the best. Do very well. Never be scared of anything in life. Okay? Yes. Never ever. Don't let any fear come to you, closer to you. Okay? You can achieve anything and everything in life. Always tell yourself. Just be honest to yourself. If you're putting in that hard work, if you're putting in that honesty, you will get excellent results. Okay? And there are no shortcuts. Always remember that. You have to put in that hard work. Yeah. Thank you. All right.
Thank you so much, ma'am.
Thank you. So I log out. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for being here and enlightening us, also solving our questions.
No. Anytime. I would love to. Yeah. Thank you so much. I'll just log off now. Thank you.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you so much, ma'am. So let's conclude the workshop. Guys, thank you everyone for being here and being a part of this workshop today. We hope everyone enjoyed and we really look forward for seeing you in the next events as well. Please register in the hackathon if you have not done yet. Also, we'll be sharing a feedback form. So please make sure to fill in the details to tell us how you felt about this expert talk and if you want us to improve any further. Also, it will be having your details such as your name, which you want to be printed in your certificate. So please make sure to fill in the whole form. And please join the Discord server because it's really mandatory to join if you want the further information about the event. And please stay connected with our social media to stay updated. So that's it. Thank you everyone for being here. Have a good day. Bye-bye.